Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nash and we welcome you on Nash Vlogs. So today I'm going to be answering one of the most asked questions that only one. There are so many questions that I get everywhere around about my marriage and stuff, but today I'm going to answer the most important one, the one that I see that is so important to me, like to be answering. So this is that how did me and my husband meet? So I wanted to do this video with my husband, but unfortunately whenever he has time, I don't have time, right? But then I was like, if not now, then it won't be, like, you know, if not now, then never. So since I got time, it's still morning, it's not yet even 9, it's about 8:20 or something. But I decided to do this video for you guys who are always curious to know about how me and my husband met. So me and my husband met back in 2013. I was doing my final year at college, and yeah. By then I was going to do my board exams, and he was working with one of my friends, like, so we met through a mutual friend, right? So in 2013, this lady was working with him, and she had come to pay me a visit at one point. I was in holidays, I remember, and by that time I think I had gotten an accident prior that, and then when she came to pay a visit, this is why my tooth is broken. When she came to pay a visit, I told her about my accident and stuff, and she's like, oh, that is too bad, blah blah blah. So we talked about so many things about school. She was out of school already, and she was just staying around, okay? And then she was working with my husband right now. So we talked about so many things, school and stuff, and the years we've been away from each other, and you know, we brought back the friendship. Like, we talked about the friendship that we had and stuff. So I told her, you know, after the accident, I took some pictures, like, for remembering, like remembrance, right? And she's like, oh, really? Can I have a look at that? So I had this little album, like a photo album where I used to keep those pictures, like my pictures, right? So I bring it out, I go inside. We were seated outside on my mom's home, like the veranda, and then I go inside, pick the album, and I'm like, this is it. So the pictures really came out cool, because I remember after the accident, one of my other friends, like, we did school together, and we finished our board exams together. She had come the day that I got an accident, and then she took me to a photo studio. She's like, let's take photos of you to remember. Like, I was like, that is a cool idea. But then when we took the pictures, like the photos, they didn't show that I had really got an accident, because by that time my face was all swollen, and I had bruises all over. But then because of editing and stuff, so the pictures didn't show that I really, you know, had an accident and stuff. It just showed that I have a broken tooth, right? So I took the photos and I showed them to her, and she likes them. She's like, wow, these are cool. Like, we had, you know, by then we used to have this girl thing of going to the photo studio whenever you have the mood or something, and then you take a bunch of clothes and you keep on changing from this outfit to that outfit for the photos, like in the photo studio, right? So I had so many pictures of different outfits, and then she's like, do you know what, I'm going to take some of the wallet pictures. The wallet pictures are those ones that we keep in our wallets, like they come really small like this. Whenever you take a picture, like a photo of you, you take that, is it A4 size, and then they give you that wallet thingy, like you usually move with it in your wallet. So I had those, like a bunch of them, and she's like, can you give me some? I'm like, cool, take. So she takes them and she keeps them in her wallet. So remember, she's working with my husband, and by then I didn't know anything about it. I was still in school, of course, and so she keeps them. So while she kept them, I think the next morning she went to work, and then blah blah, it went on. She kept on working, and then one day, so my husband was staying alone, and I think it really used to he used to be bored by that time, you know, away from his family, and he's in a new country, and he doesn't have friends. he's my husband is a loner, like he's a shy person, so he doesn't know how to make friendship by then, but he's changed now, maybe because of staying with me, I don't know. So while she's working, I think her bag drops down and then the photos come out, and then my husband sees them and says, wow, are these yours? So he picks them and is like, is this your sister? And she's like, no, that is my friend. I'm like, wow, can I be her friend as well? My friend was like, So she's like, okay, I'll talk to her. And are you serious? So my husband was like, yeah, I'm damn serious. Can I be her friend as well? So she's like, yeah, but now she's at school. I was at school and I was in hostel, but I didn't have a phone. Like I had a phone, like we used to sneak phones in school, you know, the school life and stuff. So she's like, yeah, but I don't think you can get her now, and I can't give you her number until I talk to her and ask for her permission. So it's like, okay, when are you going to get her? Like, give me the number. She's like, till she comes home for her holidays. So my husband is like, okay. So when I come home for holidays, she didn't know that I was home, I think. So after some time, she got to know about it, and she's like, I need to talk to you. So we talk, and she's like, there is this person that I work with, and he's asking to be a friend. I'm like, me? Like, I've never been at your workplace, and I've never seen this person. So this is, I think, all this is planned by God. This is what we believe, like me and my husband. So she's like, yeah, he wants to be your friend. He said you picked. She tells me the story of how he got to know me. So and then at the end she's like, but he's Indian. And I'm like, what? He is Indian? She's like, yes. And we grew up having that mentality of, you know, the Indians doing stuff in Uganda, like, you know. So we grew up not liking the Indians. I'm so sorry to say this, but whenever they hear that you're seeing an Indian, they put so many things in your ears and stuff, like he's gonna do this to you, he's gonna do that to you. So all this came into my mind, and I'm like, no, I can't make this mistake, right? And I wasn't seeing anybody by then, to be frank. I wasn't into that much serious thingy. So she's like, please give me the number, because if you don't, he will get angry, and he's a nice guy, blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay, let me think about it. But Indians, so I go home, and then I think about it. I'm like, why not? Like, he just wants to be friends with me. So I tell her, you can give him the number, and then I go back to school. So this is when I was preparing for my board exams, and we had to read and stuff. So I remember one day I was doing my night reading. He calls, and I picked, I didn't know the number, and he's like, is this so and so? I'm like, yes. Who is this? So when I hear the voice, the Indian voice, I'm like, are you the one who was asking for my number? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, tell me, I was told you want to be friends, but right now I'm so busy, I'm reading, blah blah blah, you know, I put the attitude. So he's like, yeah, I know you're at school, and I just want us to be friends, that's all. So I'm like, okay, but can you please call me later, because I'm trying to read. So it goes on, he keeps on calling once in a while, like every evening. We became friends a bit, and then we kept on talking. He kept on waking me up to read. He kept on, you know, showing the concern, the care. Whenever I told him I have a paper, he would call me, and he's like, did you read? Or call me in the night and like wake up and read. So it goes on till I'm done with my exams. So before I was done with my exams, he called me for the last time, and he's like, when you're done with your exams, can we please meet? And I'm like, I can't really come to meet you until I feel I'm ready to see you. Like, we are just friends, I know. But then right now I was so skinny, like because of the pressure of the exams and stuff. So I was not feeling comfortable. I didn't have hair, because obviously in Uganda we are not allowed to have hair in school, but some schools do, but my school didn't. So I was feeling insecure. I'm like, okay, I'm just from school and stuff, but I was so skinny. I was not feeling myself. I had just come into the world. Like, I knew nothing about the world. Feeling insecure and stuff, like I needed some time. But then she kept on coming to me, like that lady. She kept, I won't speak her name because she would feel maybe good about it. I don't know. So she kept on coming to me. She's like, he wants to see you. Like, so one day I was like, okay, like I had a very strict parent. I had a very strict family. My brother was super strict, and my mother and father were strict as well. Not that much, but then my brother was super strict in that whenever he found you out of the home, he would go mad. So I was super scared of my brother. Like I thought, I was just from school, obviously. I was thinking when I go out of home, it will create a big issue and stuff. So I told her, like, give me time. I'll tell you the day that I'll be ready to go, because I need to create time. So she's like, okay. So one evening, I tell my mother that I'm going to see a friend. Mom, I'm sorry I lied to you. I knew you're going to watch this. So we go together and I see him. I didn't have hair. I was just from school. I was so skinny. I didn't know how to take care of my skin. My skin is so good. Okay, I was by then using Johnson's oil. But all this didn't come into his mind. Like, we met, we were so happy to see each other. Like, we talked for quite some time, like an hour or so, and I'm like, I have to run home because it's going to be an issue if they don't find me home, right? So it's like, okay, let me drop you to go to your home. So I go back home and we keep on talking. He keeps on calling, like every evening, every morning. Whenever he has time, he calls. And then this is how it went on, and for about quite a time, like a year or two. A year, I think. This is when we started dating. So with time, he's like, I need to meet your family, and I tell my mother. Like, by that time I had started working. So while working, he used to come pick me from work. Like, he was this caring person in my life, I think. Like, it had never happened before. So this was the first caring relationship that I had been in. So it was all new. He used to come pick me from work and stuff, and then it went on and forth. So one day he's like, I want to come and meet your family. And I'm like, okay. I tell my mother, of course. Girls are usually so close to their mothers. So I open up to my mom. I told her, like, somebody wants to come and see you guys. I was so small by then. Like, if I meant to, I was like about 20, I think. So my mom says, okay, is that person a boy or a girl? I'm like, it's a boy, obviously. So she's like, okay, when is that? Which day is that? So that my mother is this kind of person that if you tell her you have somebody coming to your home, like to see you guys, she organizes the home that you shouldn't feel like uncomfortable bringing somebody in your home, and your home is just looking as it is, right? So she organizes for a day, and I give her a day, and then she tells my dad, please be around. My dad's like, why should I be around? Because my dad was this kind of person who is shy, quiet, but strict. Prior that, like the prior that day, he had told me about being together, like marriage and stuff. And so he came home, he met them, and he's like, I want to marry your daughter. And my dad was like, what? He was seated, I remember, like, my husband was seated like this side, and my dad was seated that side, not even facing him, like he was facing the TV. When he had that, he turned and he's like, what? And then I had to repeat it. Like, he said he wants to marry me. Prior that, he had proposed to me. He had even given me a ring. And my dad is like, but she's still young. My husband said, yes, I know, but I promise you, like, I won't play around with her, I won't break her heart, blah, 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 blah. So my dad just stood up and went to his bedroom. Okay? So when he went into his bedroom, he came back like a few minutes later, and he asked me, how old are you? Like, he doesn't know how old I am. So I'm like, I am 20. My dad just said, be careful. and he went to his bedroom. So this is how we met, and this is a short story of us, you know. So if you want to know more about that, maybe you can comment in the comment section and I'll know about it, and then I'll be able to answer your questions, right? So my dad says, you know, stuff goes on, you know, of course, in the family. My dad was like, did you know about when he left? Like me, my mom, and one of my sisters, I think pushed him. Pushed him means we escorted him to go get. By then he didn't have a car. He didn't have anything. As you know, I didn't fall in love with him because of him having anything. Like, I fell in love with him because of the care and, you know, the concern he had for me. Like, I had grown up in a strict family. I had grown up with a strict brother, but then I got a strict, important person in my life, right? So he wasn't strict, but he was caring. He was concerned. Whenever you're late, he would call you and he's like, are you home? No, I'm not. What happened? Why are you late? You tell him like there was German stuff. So it became something regular for me, like having a strict family, and then I'm getting a strict boyfriend. And at some point it hit me, and I'm like, why is he being like this to me? Like, I need freedom. I just came out of school, like it was too tight in there, and I need freedom, and blah blah blah. I told my mother like, this can't go on like this, like I need my freedom back. So my mom is like, I know you're still young right now, but if a person is caring too much and concerned too much about you, that means the person truly loves you. So I would advise you to think about it. So by then we had given my family time to think about it, and we were obviously waiting for his family to think about it, because it's not easy for the intermarriages to happen, especially when it comes to Indians and Africans. Of course, both parents think about their children's future and their children's wellness and stuff. My brother got to know about it, and he was so furious, like the strict brother that I have. And he asked me, when did you guys meet? You never went out. You never went out of our side. Like, you're always in school. When did you even find him? Blah 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 blah. Did you sneak out? So, of which I never did that. So all this, it was all brought up by God, right? God planned everything to happen, and everything happened according to him. Like, we gave our parents time to think about it. My dad was so furious about it. My brother was like, this can't happen. The Indians are like this. Blah, blah, blah. So they talked about it a lot. And my husband's family as well was concerned about his future. Obviously, they're like, maybe when they get married, he will settle there and he will leave us, he'll forget about us. Women change men, blah, blah, blah. So stuff went on, but we gave them a period of time. And we met in 2013, we gave them time, and we got married in 2016, right? So that was enough time for them to think about it and beat around the bush, and then obviously later on they had to agree. So that is our story. If you want to know anything, just like how I've told you, like if you want to ask me any question, comment in the comment section about anything concerning our marriage. I'll tell you about it. And if you need any advice about relationship and how to know who is the right person for you, comment in the comment section. So have a great day. Take care of yourself. Always be happy. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.